Hello, my name is Pranay Pandey and I'm a student of Dronachal Group of Institution. So, today's topic is cryptography and what is it and why it is important for us. So, we will going to discuss the cryptography in this propaganda phases. First is what is the history of cryptography. Second is introduction of cryptography. Then we will talk about the principle. What are the principle on which the cryptography works? What are the types of cryptography? What is key? What is private key and what is public key? Then we will going to discuss about the difference between the classical and the quantum cryptography. Then we will talk about the digital signature in cryptography and what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks of cryptography. So, what is the history of cryptography? The art of cryptography is considered to be born along the art of the writing. As civilization evolved, human beings got organized in tribes and groups and kingdoms. This leads to the emergence of ideas such as battle, supremacy, and politics. This idea further fueled the nature need of peoples to communicate secretly and selective recipient, which is turn ensured the continuous evaluation of cryptography as well. The root of cryptography are found in Roman and Egyptian civilization. Then we will going to talk about the introduction of cryptography. Cryptography is the study and the practice of technique for secure communication in the presence of third party called adversaries. It deals with developing and analyzing protocols which prevent malicious third party from retrieving information shared between the two entities, thereby following the various aspects of information security. Then we will going to talk about the principle of modern day cryptography. Actually, in cryptography it works on four principles. First is confidentiality, second is data integrity, third is authentication, and fourth is non-repetition. When we talk about the confidentiality, which refers to the set and rules and guidelines usually executed under confidentiality increment, which ensure the information is restricted to certain peoples or places. And when we talk about the data integrity, refers to maintaining and making sure that the data stay accurate and consistent over its entire life cycle. Then we will talk about the authentication. It is the process of making sure that the piece of data is being claimed by the user belongs to it. And when we talk about the non-repudiation, refers to the ability to make sure that a person or a party associated with a contract or a communicating cannot deny the authenticity of their signature over their documents for sending of a message. Then we will going to talk about the types of cryptography. Basically, there are two types of cryptography, that is symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric cryptography, it is the encryption system where the sender and the receiver of message use a single common key to encrypt and decrypt messages. Symmetric E system are faster but simpler, but the problem is that the sender and receiver have to somehow exchange key in a secure manner. The most popular symmetric key cryptography system is data encryption system. And when we talk about the asymmetric key cryptography, under this system a pair of key is used to encrypt and decrypt information. A public key is used for encryption and a private key is used for decryption. Public key and private key are different. Even if the public key is known as everyone, the intended receiver can only decode it because it's along the private key. Then we will talk about what is key. So a key in cryptography is a piece of information, usually string of numbers or letters that are stored in a file, which can be processed through a cryptographic algorithm that encode or decode cryptography data. Now we will talk about the private key cryptography. A private key, also known as secret key, in a variable in cryptography that is used with an algorithm to encrypt and decrypt code. Secret keys are only shared with the keys generator, making it highly secure. Private key plays an important role in symmetric cryptography, asymmetric cryptography, and cryptocurrencies. Now we will going to talk about the public key. In cryptography, a public key is a large numerical value that is used to encrypt data. The key can be generated by a software program, but more often it is provided by trusted authority and made available to everyone through a public CL accessible to repository or directory. Now we will going to talk about the two terminology related to cryptography, that is plain text and ciphertext. Plain text, it is a simple message written by the user. Ciphertext, it is an encrypted message that applying after some techniques. And now we will going to talk about what are the difference between classical and quantum cryptography. Classical cryptography is based on the mathematics and it relies on the computational difficulty of factorizing large number. The security of classical cryptography is based on high complexity of the mathematical problem for the instance factorization of large number. And when we talk about the quantum cryptography is based on physics and it relies on the law of quantum mechanics. It is a rising technology which emphasizes the phenomena of quantum physics in which two parties have secure communication based on the invariability of the law of quantum mechanics. Now we will going to talk about the digital signature in cryptography. Digital signature are the public key primitives of massive authentication. In the physical world, it is common to use handwritten signature or handwritten or typed messages. They are used to blind signatory to the masses. Similarly, a digital signature is a technique that binds a person or entity to the digital data. This binding can be independently verified by the receiver as well as any third party. And the digital signature is a cryptographic value that is calculated from the data and secret key only by the signer. Now we will going to talk about the benefits of cryptography. Cryptography is an essential information security tool. It provides the four basic services of information security. First is confidentiality, authentication, data integrity, and non-repetition. When we talk about the confidentiality, encryption technique can guard the information and the communication from unauthorized revelation and access of information. When we talk about the authentication, the cryptographic techniques such as MAC and digital signature can protect information against spoofing and forgeries. When we talk about the data integrity, the cryptographic hash function are playing a vital role in assuring the user about the data integrity. Non-repetition, the digital signature provides the non-repetition service to guard against the dispute that may arise due to the denial of passing messages by the sender. Now we will going to talk about the drawbacks of cryptography. Apart from the four fundamental elements of information security, there are other issues that affect the effective use of information. A strongly encrypted, authenticated, and digitally signed information can be difficult to access even from a legitimate user at a crucial time for decision making. The network or the computer system can be attacked and rendered non-functional by an intruder. High availability, one of the fundamental aspects of information security, cannot be ensured through the use of cryptography. Other methods are needed to guard against the threats such as the denial of services or complete breakdown of information security. Now, the another fundamental need of information security of selective access control also cannot be realized through the use of cryptography. Administrative control and procedures are required to be exercised for the same. Cryptography does not guard against the vulnerability and threats that emerge from the poor design of system, protocol, and procedures. This need to be fixed through proper design and setting up a defensive infrastructure. Thank you so much.